Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's finally time for the first official team selection of the season. I feel as though I've been going through so many drafts and getting stressed out by it, but we are here. I've narrowed it down to two. I think there's one I'm motivated to go with, which I'll go through in detail. And then there is also this Salah option in case I get last minute fear of missing out and I go for Salah instead. Before I get into the video and show you both drafts, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're so close to 5,000 subscribers, which is crazy considering I started the season on about 50. So thank you so much for your support last season. I hope I have it again this season. And now we will get into the video. I'm so excited to show you my team. I think it's the right balance between template and players that I am really excited about and enthusiastic to watch. So we're going to start off with my goalkeeper. We have got Pickford in goal. He has made it through every single round, every single draft I've done so far in pre-season. Everton are going to have a real battle against them, but I think Sean Dyche is going to do his best to strengthen the defence. Hopefully we can keep some clean sheets with Pickford, but I'm going to be aiming for those save points. He's only 4.5 million and the opening fixtures are looking quite good, to be honest. So hopefully he is going to be a decent budget option for me because I've saved money to spend elsewhere in my team. Coming into the defence, Estepinian. Now, the ownership is 52.1%, and yes, this is a pick where I'm too scared not to own him. I was scorned by him last season when he scored 17 points against Arsenal, and I did not have him, which really made my rank plummet, and I wasn't that enthusiastic about it. But the opening fixtures for Brighton are so good. Luton, Wolves and West Ham. I was very tempted to get Steele in as well and double up on Brighton's defence, but I think that's a bit too much of a risky move. So I'm just going with the one Brighton defender. Hopefully we will get those clean sheet points, and if we can get some attacking returns, that would be even better. And then coming into Gabriel, my Arsenal player, I wanted triple Arsenal no matter what, and I think it was a bit too risky to go for triple Arsenal attack. So I bought in Gabriel. He's only 5 million. He's 28.7% owned. But again, opening fixtures, Forest, Palace, Fulham, really welcome. And we saw them in the Community Shield earlier this week. I was actually there and I vlogged it. It's over on my TikTok and on my YouTube. I will leave the links in the description below. But it was so impressive. I've never seen two such talented teams play in real life. And Arsenal and City, they are just amazing. The day before I'd been to Peterborough Reading, so it was a real contrast between the two. But I think Arsenal look so clinical. Yes, they did concede a goal, but still the defence looked really, really strong. And they could have, they were against City. The fact that they only conceded one is so impressive. So hopefully Gabriel will get me those clean sheets. Maybe some bonus points. I don't know, that might be too optimistic. But one that's probably just going to be a set and forget in my team. I did have Luke Shaw, who's my safe but boring pick, but he is gone now. So we've just got Gabriel that survived. And then we've got Chilwell. I made a pact to myself not to bring in any Chelsea players this season because last season it was very stressful being a fan and having the assets on my team made it even worse. But they were performing really, really well in pre-season. I was really impressed with Chilwell, who was getting forward a lot. But now the injuries are already upon us and I'm feeling slightly more nervous about this pick. Chelsea's defence wasn't looking the most solid in pre-season. But like I said, it was looking good and Chilwell was getting forward. So there's a chance of those attacking returns from him. But yeah, it's not a pick that I'm as enthusiastic about anymore. And I was originally going to bench him for the opening fixture against Liverpool. He's now playing. He's in the starting lineup. Surprise. Slightly nervous, 12.4% ownership. He is 5.5 million. And if he is an absolute flop and it doesn't go the way that I'm hoping it will go, I can easily transfer in someone else. So we're going to move on to midfield because I can't talk about, I'll get stressed. Midfielders, Trossard. I know this is going to be met with a lack of enthusiasm, should we say. Some people may be rolling their eyes. I know he's a minutes risk, but I really like him. And I think minutes mean nothing to Trossard. He can come on for 5 minutes and score. Look at the Community Shield. He came on and I was like, something good's going to happen now. And it did. He scored. It wasn't the most perfectly executed goal, but a goal's a goal. Took them to penalties and ended up winning. So well done, Trossard. You can take credit for that whole game. Like I said, I know he is a minutes risk, but he is absolutely explosive. With Jesus out, I think he might get a bit more time to play, hopefully. In all seriousness though, Trossard has been so impressive in pre-season. He scored 4 goals for Arsenal. With Jesus out, hopefully he'll start starting more games. I just don't understand how Arteta cannot start Trossard against Nottingham Forest in the opening fixture when he has been so impressive for the last couple of weeks. If anyone has Arteta's number, pass it on to me. And if he doesn't start Trossard, I will give him a piece of my mind because I think Trossard should definitely be in the starting lineup. He has earned that position. He is such a talented player and paired up with Ødegaard, they are 10 out of 10. If I do wimp out of this decision, I do still have 2 million in the bank, so I could upgrade to Martinelli. But I would really like to go Trossard. Ownership 5.9%, those fixtures, just everything about him. It could really pay off. And I think this might be my Ben Mee of the season. I'm such a big Trossard fan. And then moving on to our next pick, we have got Marcus Rashford. Again, another one that has not left the team through any draft. I'm too scared to get rid of him. Ownership 47%, which isn't a surprise. Man United, they have got some good opening fixtures. I was tempted to do the classic Marcus and Bruno pairing. I have gone without, and I think I'm going to regret not having Fernandes. We'll have to try and find a way to bring him back in. But Rashford versus Fernandes. Rashford is the easy decision for me. He's only 0.5 million, and last season he got 17 goals and 7 assists. I am not going to turn away from that. Hopefully he'll get even more this season. And we've also got Eze, another kind of punt. Eze is one. Last year, I was really torn between Zaha and Eze. I think I had them both in my team at some point throughout the season. But Zaha overshadowed Eze. He's out now. Eze's on pens. I think he's going to get so many points. Solid analysis there. He got 2 goals and 5 assists in pre-season. He's showing that he's very, very lively. Sheffield United away is the opening fixture. Hopefully, Eze will put his stamp on that game and get a goal, get an assist, get all of the points. He's 17.4% owned, which is higher than I expected, but I guess he is in quite a few template teams. It seems to be Eze versus Mbomo. 6.5 million midfielder. It's a solid way to fill that spot. And it's another player that I've just got a real gut instinct about. I will probably come back to this clip next week when he just completely blanks and be like, good gut instinct, but we're going with him for now. And then we have got Saka. You can't have a team without Saka. He is so impressive. Last season, Saka got 26 attacking returns. In pre-season, he got 2 goals and 3 assists. He is on fire. And he scored the penalty at the Community Shield, which I was very relieved about. Those opening fixtures have goals from Saka written all over them. I'm so excited to see him play. Hopefully, Saka and Trossard will be my route to a very, very good rank in the opening game weeks. Then our front three, I feel like there's just nothing to say about Haaland, is there? He's going to be in everyone's... Well, I can't believe his ownership is 86.7%. The people that have gone without him are so brave. I was toying around with teams recently with Salah and Kane, but obviously we don't know what Kane's future is with Spurs, so it's too risky to go for. I don't know what other people have done. Well, I suppose there are so many good options this season, and Haaland didn't have the best pre-season, so that could be pissing people off with ownership. But I'm going to be captaining him, first game of the season. Newcastle home, obviously it's more difficult, but Haaland is a different beast in a home fixture. So we could expect to see quite a few points from him in game week 2 as well. And then we have got Ollie Watkins, my number one man. Ollie Watkins and Ben Mee last season, my favourites. Ollie Watkins, I think, how many times can I say Ollie Watkins? Opening fixture against Newcastle could be quite a tough one for him, but I'm feeling optimistic. He scored 4 goals in pre-season, so the guy is on fire. We're starting off well, and then we go into Everton and Burnley. Such welcome fixtures. One of my issues with bringing in Salah is it likely means that I'll have to get rid of Ollie Watkins, which I'm very reluctant to do because, yes, the opening fixture is a tough one, but then they go on to Everton and Burnley, and I can see Ollie Watkins hopefully getting a hat-trick. That would be so welcome if my opening game weeks a player of mine gets a hat-trick. But he's currently at 24.2% ownership. So it's, again, a higher ownership than I expected. But I guess he finished last season so strongly that's still in people's minds. So they're going to keep hold of him. But for 8 million, I think he could end up being a real bargain. And then we've got João Pedro, who is on penalties. He took a penalty whilst Gross was on the pitch recently. So that is confirmed. Hopefully going to get those starts. I mean, he cost Brighton so much money. I can't tell you exactly how much, and my boyfriend's going to be annoyed with me for not knowing that fact. But I think he is going to be in the starting lineup. It's going to be a really key part of Brighton's squad. I've said it before in previous videos. Brighton's team is too talented. That's why I've avoided their midfielders, because honestly, I don't know who's going to be started, who's going to be rested. Rotation risk is too much. Hopefully, because they spent so much money on Pedro and he's on penalties, he's going to be a real core part of that team. So that's why I've gone for him. And then we have my bench. Right. Areola is just there, bench warmer, fine. We've got Ben Mee back. I'm so happy. I've taken him out of my drafts. I had Pinnock. I know you can also have Henry. And last season, he performed so well. And I know that I will kick myself if he gets an assist, if he gets a goal. It's too risky for my mental health not to have Ben Mee on the team. So he is currently benched, but I would play him in game week 2. We've also got Gibbs White. Again, Forest haven't looked very good in pre-season. I'm quite nervous about this pick. I do have the flexibility to bring someone else in, but I'll definitely be starting Gibbs White in game week 2. It's their first home game of the season, and I can imagine the atmosphere is just going to encourage them all to really be attacking. Hopefully Gibbs White will get a goal or an assist. Something would be very, very pleasing. And then I've also got Destiny in from Spurs. This could still change to Matty Cash. I'm not 100% sure. Destiny was recommended to me by Az in my previous tips to team selection, which I will link down in the description. I haven't got any Spurs players in the team, and I am very tempted to go for Maddison potentially, but I think at least Destiny, I can get him in, and then I've got my route hopefully to some Spurs clean sheets. I don't know if they're going to exist that much this season. We will see how we get on. This squad is worth 98 million in total, so I've got £2 million in the bank to play around with if I need it. And one of the reasons I may need it, this is a nice segue into the next section, is to bring in Salah. I am nervous to go without Salah. He is absolutely on fire. In 5 pre-season games, he got 2 goals and 7 assists, and I can't ignore that kind of stat. That is absolutely ridiculous. So if I was to bring in Salah, I would have to get rid of Trossard and Watkins. You saw my enthusiasm for both of those players. This one really, really hurts. We'll bring in Salah and we'll also bring in McAtee, which isn't one that I'm that excited about. I'd probably bench him for Ben Mee instead. But we need to save money somehow. This squad, I don't know. I think the thing is, the key thing with bringing in Salah is that Bournemouth fixture in game week 2. But actually, would my original team still secure the same amount of points? Because I'll have that consistency. I'll build up the free transfers, and I've got £2 million in the bank, which gives me that flexibility to bring in someone else. Now, I've been doing some research because I cannot stop thinking about this, and I found myself on lfchistory.net, which is very useful for some Liverpool facts. And it turns out that last season, they didn't score against Chelsea, Bournemouth or Newcastle, home or away. And they're obviously the opening 3 fixtures for this season. Salah does look a lot stronger, which makes me fear him. I fear not having him on my team. But with that history, I don't know. I don't know whether to put emphasis on the pre-season performance or last season's performance. It's a really tough one. So let me know in the comments. Do you think I go for Salah or without Salah? I think I prefer my team without him. But then having Salah in the team could fly me through the ranks. He's at 25.5% ownership, which is crazy considering previous seasons where it was Salah and Kane top of the table all the time. Do let me know what you think I should do. I may as well do an outro actually. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the start, I'm really close to 5,000 subscribers. So if you would like to subscribe, please do. And let me know any last minute dilemmas in the comments. I'll try and reply to as many as possible. And I will see you in the next video. Best of luck with the opening game week.